Hello, welcome to the Puck Drops here. I'm Lloyd Jones, sports editor for the Conway Daily Sun. I'm joined, of course, by Coach Mike Lane, coach of the Kennett High Eagles, and we've got a special guest in the house. It's our second Murphy this season. We had Robbie earlier, now we got his dad, Pat Murphy, Director of Player Development and Scheduling for the Mount Washington Valley Youth Hockey Association. And, trivia question, our very first son columnist covering hockey.
That's
for us.
right. Yes,
Murph,
back in the
welcome.
day, back in the early days of the Ham Arena.
Yeah, welcome. Well, guys, we're like 12 hours removed from a great hockey game last night. And if ever the puck didn't bounce the good guys' way, it was last night, Coach.
Yeah, it was,
1-0.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think when we look at our pregame meeting and the points of emphasis that we had going into the game, we hit them all. And if you look at all the key areas that we always talk about, certainly shots, face-offs, turnovers, and winning the immediate, chances in the immediate scoring area, we won all those areas. But unfortunately, power play goal for Berlin, and we just couldn't get some puck luck, hit a couple of posts, and came out on the short end 1-0. So.
And we start the night, because earlier in the week I'm saying, Mikey, who are you going to bring in to talk to the team? It's a big game. Who are you going to bring in to fire them up? And son of a gun, you went to the well and went and got Jim Terry, huh?
Yeah, no, I was, been waiting for a big game to have Coach Terry come out. Obviously, his history with the program from back when it was in Shula Park and coaching the team, and to when we first started the program back in the 99-2000 season. And of course, the head coach for those first couple of teams that went to state championship games. And so he came in, I thought delivered a really nice message to the players. I think it was really well received, gave the starters, and I really appreciate him, being there and being part of the program, so still.
And Pat, were you fired up for this one?
Oh, definitely. And just one thing about Jim Terry, this marked his 40th year of coaching here. 40 years ago, he came here. His first job was as a middle school soccer coach, where he coached my brother at Kennett Middle School.
Oh, my gosh.
He still brings the fire, he still brings the intensity, and the kids loved it.
Yeah, I played summer soccer with Jim Terry when he first moved here. Just a great athlete, super nice guy, and he just had the passion for hockey. I mean, I think at every soccer practice he'd have a different hockey jersey on, so right. I knew he had a love for the game.
Yeah.
But last night, it was just a whiteout. The fans dressed up in white. We had a good turnout. And you shook things up a little bit, Coach. The lineup was not what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, no, we certainly had some things that wasn't the plan to stick with it that whole game like we did. But we just felt the momentum and the way the game was going that we'd stick with it. And we felt like we were going to get a chance, and it just, or we were going to pot one from all the chances we were creating. And it just never happened. But I think it caught them a little bit off guard, the way we ran the lines.
Yeah. Robbie moved back up to forward.
Yeah, it's a debate, and always we're having amongst the coaches, what to do with him. And again, it speaks to him as a player, being able to do both things really well. And certainly, credit to our defensemen last night. I thought
they played really well.
Owen Zip and Connor Wigan together just played a fantastic game, and I thought Sawyer and Grayson played really, really well together as well. So
I thought it might have been Grayson's best game. He really did a lot of things well. They all contributed really well.
Yeah,
it looked like you shortened the bench a little bit. Were we skating two lines essentially?
Yeah, we more skated two lines last night. Yeah, which again wasn't really the plan. It's just the way the game worked, and then the way the penalties happened in the second, and the power play goal, and it's just the way it worked out. Not something I think you'll see us do often, but it was just what worked into the game plan last night.
Yeah. Pat, have you seen a Kennett team play this well this season?
I thought it was the best game they played this season. I think a lot of people coming out of the Ham Arena thought so too, and even the people that were watching online. And I just saw, from what I could see at ice level, just the intensity was there. The intensity and the urgency, and just from the little things, Mike, I would see with the kids just coming off the bench while the puck's in play. They knew right where to go. They got there fast, kept the pressure on. The forecheck, I thought everyone was forechecking. I thought we were beating them to the puck in our defensive zone. So everything seemed to go right. And like you said, the puck didn't bounce our way. And I think it bounced enough to keep us in the game and keep that game competitive. And I don't think they'll want to play us in the playoffs.
No, I think they're looking at the schedule and they're thinking 1 versus 4. We'd like to avoid that one if we can. And I mean, we just came right out. I think we 8:45 left in the first period. Gabe Shaw had a nice nice shot through a screen that Colin Melanson really didn't see, but it hit him right square into the B, and it was like, 3 inches to the right, 3 inches to the left. We're ahead there, and then just a minute and a half later, Adam Lopushansky had he did one of his turnaround moves, and Melanson somehow got his right pad out to it, and I thought, we're going to be snake bit tonight, and it was just an omen of things to come. But I thought our best chance in the first period may have been when Sawyer Hussey, it's so great to have him back. He made a great rush down the left side, went around the net, and poked it out front to Nolan Prue, and I thought Nolan was going to bank it home, and Melanson just rose up and made maybe his save of the night.
Yeah, no, he's one of the elite goalies. I mean, they've only allowed 8 goals throughout the entire season, and so certainly with him in net, he's just. And one thing he does really well is he controls rebounds really well. Everything goes, most everything goes to the corner. If he sees it, he's going to steer it to a safe place, and that's, you go back to that Gabe Shaw one. I actually think it got a little bit of his mask
too. Did it get some of the mask? Okay.
On that one, and maybe the throw protector as well. And the puck just didn't bounce to us on that one. So, again, it's a credit to him. He's one of those goalies, and he's a third defenseman back there as well because he plays the puck so well. So we're really aware of our dump-ins, of making sure we put him softly in corners where he couldn't really get out and play them. But yeah, no, we had a couple of really good opportunities there in the first, and that was one of our focus points because Berlin coming into the game had outscored their opponents 17-0 in the first period in the season.
Geez.
Yeah, so we wanted to to play from ahead. Again, it was nothing after the first, but we were
guys had to feel good when you went to the locker room, even though you're scoreless.
Yeah, it was. I think the guys felt good about it. It certainly beats on you sometimes though when you're playing that well against a really good team and it's not going. It's nothing. But they were positive in the locker room, and I thought again came out in the second period, no letdown in that period either.
No, and a second period it just seemed like we did so many things well, but Berlin had a great chance. 2:55 into the period, but Zach made a great save on Michael Cody. Michael Cody Jr. got behind, got a shot, great save, and then 58 seconds later, we get my least favorite penalty, too many men on the ice, and I was like, oh, come on, why are you calling? I don't even know why that gets called. I mean, it's just that's such a harsh one.
Yeah, no, it was a tough one because we were in the middle of a change and the puck got deflected and then came right towards our bench. Again, by the letter of the law, it's a penalty.
Yeah.
With all the things that were going on in the game, you hope maybe they'll let it slide. They didn't. And
it was such a clean game.
Yeah.
Overall, I think 4 penalties. I think there were two. We had 1 against them, and we took 3. But
yeah, we had the matching, and then the 2 on us.
Yeah.
So just, I mean, honestly, you talk about puck luck. That was one of those ones that just where the puck bounced, it was just bad luck. So.
But we had a tremendous shorthand bid. 51 seconds into the power play, Robbie gets the puck and has a great end-to-end rush, beats a defender, one-on-one with Melanson. I'm thinking, come on, here we go. And just Melanson came up big. But as Robbie's shooting, it looked like he got slashed by a defender. I'm yelling slash, and Lynn's like, didn't he just whack him on the wrist? I said, that's a slash. Yeah.
I'll let you guys talk about that. I'll stay out of trouble with the referees. And
you think it was a slash?
I'm an off-ice official at those games, so I probably shouldn't comment either.
No, brats. But then momentum swung to Berlin. They got the goals with 7 seconds left on the power play. Cody, to his credit, nice shot. He's a good player.
Yeah, I think Pat can speak to him, and his Robbie plays with him during the fall, and he is a very good player.
Are they on the Wolves or what?
Yeah, a lot of kids from our rival teams.
Really?
Pembroke Campbell, the Belmont Guilford, Berlin Gorham, and Robbie all played together in the Wolves organization in the fall. A lot of them went on to play in the USA Hockey National Championship in Buffalo last year. So. A lot of history between a lot of these guys on the team. It makes a lot of these games interesting.
It really does. Oh my gosh, it's so exciting. And then the last second half of the second period, we again carry the play. Grayson Witchley hits Adam with a nice pass. Melanson, another save, no rebound. But we had guys right in front of the net. I loved how we were looking for a greasy goal. If there was going to be one, we were going to get it.
Yeah, it was focus point on practice on Tuesday. Worked on net drives and getting there. And unfortunately, just didn't bounce our way where we could pot one.
Yeah,
So.
and Adam had another good chance 18 seconds later, then 5:45 to play in the period. Noah to Richie Vargas right out in front, but Melanson made another save. And then 43 seconds left in the period. Richie Vargas got behind the defense, and Melanson made two big saves, but kind of knocked the post off, the goal post off in doing it. And then I wondered if that could have been a delay penalty. I don't know enough about the game, but it just seemed like there could have been something called there. It just seemed like it was intentional because Richie, I thought, was going to get poke the second one in.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is Melanson, to his credit, made a great save on the
did.
second opportunity, even if the net
Yeah.
was off.
Is it in?
Yeah.
Is it in? Ugh.
But that's, the goaltenders, good goaltenders, they'll use every trick they can. I'm not in Melanson's head, so I can't speak to whether he did it on purpose.
Oh.
But good goaltenders will use every advantage, and that's a very tough call for the officials to make in that case, whether it's a delay game and to say that was an intentional thing. So I think during the circumstances of the game and the fact that Melanson made the save anyways with the glove, I think it was a good
his best save of the night by far. I thought.
Good non-call there. But yeah, it was a line change. Richie came right across, stayed on side, and again, credit, nice save on the backhand move there. I know Richie was beating himself up pretty good after the game about it. Felt like he should have scored on that one, but things happen real quick in a game like that, and you have just a split second to make a decision, and Melanson got on that, but hopefully we'll get another shot at him and he'll get him next time.
I mean, third period, I think we outshot him again, Pat.
And that third period was our biggest margin of shots.
Was it?
Yeah, we kept it up right through to the last second.
Because I was like struggling to count Berlin's shots. I was like, did they have 10 shots on the game? I'm not sure.
13.
13?
Yeah.
And we must have had 39 because I swore we outshot them 3-1. And I was like, maybe we outshot them 4-1. No, we couldn't outshot them 4-1. But what Coach Poulin said to you after the game, he must have said, we stole one from you.
Yeah, no, I mean, we just talked about it was, a good battle as it always is. I think, physical play, but, playing right on that line against each other. There's just a lot of respect between both programs and both, sets of coaching staffs and both sets of players. And I think both teams play the right way. And I love playing Berlin because they're going to play you hard and, they're going to push you. The key for us, I think, is to find a way to bring that intensity we seem to always find to play Berlin against some of these other teams.
Yeah.
I think that's the key for us moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, if we can play like this, we're going to the finals, I think. I don't think anyone's good. I would love to play the Pembroke Campbell again. We didn't have our best outing against them. We got rattled early. Poor Cam got hurt, Fusco, so I'd love to play them again. I'd love to play Belmont Guilford again. I really like this team. I feel good about our team.
Well, we're going to get chances because we got both of them next week.
Do we really? Oh, my gosh.
So we're at Belmont next Wednesday, and then next Saturday we're at Pembroke. So
it's a busy week for us, and this weekend is a huge weekend for us on Saturday. It's Kennett Fights Cancer game, right? We're home 3:15 against Kingswood?
6:10 versus Kingswood.
6:10, okay, I got it right.
Yeah, 6:10 versus Kingswood.
Yeah.
And obviously our cancer game, playing for Parker Kurz as well as Jen's Friends Cancer Foundation, and looking to set another record. It's going to be tough to set another record, but we're hoping to raise a lot of money for both these organization and family.
Parker Kurz, a junior at Kennett, and then Jen's Friends.
Yeah, and so we'll be wearing special jerseys. There'll be chuck-a-puck between periods. So, and then there'll be no gate charge at the door. People can just make donations at the door. And if somebody can't make the game, they can always mail a check to MWV YHA.
P.O. Box 948, Conway, New Hampshire, 03818.
Yep, put cancer game in the
Find a Kennett player, donate to him. I think all of the guys are on a mission to try and get at least $150, and we had three fellas get over raise over $1,000 last year. I mean, just phenomenal. You guys have raised over $50,000 in 4 years.
Yeah, no, it's really proud of the effort of all the players, past and present, who have been part of this. And it's a disease, obviously, that affects everyone at some point in their life, unfortunately. And so I think it's really important to give back to the community. And it's a special night, and it's going to last. more than just Saturday too, because the JV game the following Friday we'll be wearing our cancer game jerseys as well.
Ooh.
We'll be doing 50-50 there because we want to make sure all players on the team have that opportunity to wear the cancer game jerseys and also be part of the game. So.
What are the jerseys going to look like? Because I love our jersey.
Yeah.
The jersey we wore last night's my all-time favorite.
Yeah.
I mean, Kevin designed the perfect jersey. That's the perfect jersey.
It came out good. It's a good classic look, and
is.
a lot of the teams that we play have good comments about it as well.
Have they really?
Yeah.
I just love that one, and I just like, what are you going to unveil next? That's what I'm curious.
Hey, you're gonna have to show up
Oh, I
to the
will
game.
show up.
You gotta show up to the game on
Nothing
Saturday.
planned on Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm not watching the darn Pro Bowl. I'm watching
Yeah.
the Eagles.
Yep. So.
So Pat Murphy, I'm trying to figure in my head how many Murphy games have been played for Kennett. We're over 1,000 Murphy games, I think, for Kennett High Hockey.
I would think so. I haven't
Yeah.
kept track, but
Yeah,
it's
I'm going
it's
to take
up
you
there.
down memory lane here with some photos, if you don't mind.
Sure, let's do it.
Let's go through some. Porter Office machines.
First you got to mention Porter Office.
Absolutely. 65 years they're celebrating now, and they're known for their reconditioned equipment, point of service solutions? Point of sale solutions. I get that wrong every darn time. Simple print solutions. Mark and Sonia Porter, two of the nicest people you'll ever meet, and they are true Valley treasures in my book. So thank you, Porter Office Machines, for all you do. I know you support Kennett Hockey, and we're very fortunate to have you guys here in the Valley. So, memory lane, here we go. The Nordiques.
Well, this is the second version of the North Conway Nordiques.
Yeah.
The first version was my when I was at Kennett, and that's where we started the team, which was before we had a Kennett team,
Was it 84, 85?
83, 84.
83, 84.
So we were a U18 team based out of Schuler Park, right down the street. But our friends up in Berlin would rent us ice at like 10:30 at night on Thursday nights, and we would practice there, before and after.
Oh, my
We had
gosh.
the ice there. So, fast forward several years later, this was Kenzie's junior year,
Yeah,
where we
reincarnation.
won the Grant State League tournament at the Ham Arena. It was a pretty intense tournament. We played Dover and we played Berlin, and we came out on top of that. So this is the 2000s version of the Nordiques, and a really good team there. This group of kids went on to win the 2018 state championship for Kennett.
With Biggio in goal, wasn't it? Or-
Correct.
My gosh. Good memories. And here's Joey. Joey's playing in college.
That was he was on the Merrimack College ACHA team.
Yeah.
So Joey was on Coach Lane's first state championship team. He was class of 09.
Our first Murphy Eagle.
Correct. Class of 09 at Kennett, and then went on to play ACHA at Merrimack College, and
Coached.
graduated from Merrimack, came back here and taught at Kennett Middle School. Was an assistant coach for Coach Lane for one state championship.
Yep.
So he was coaching his two little brothers on that team.
Yeah.
And they won that state championship, and now he's married and a teacher teaching a middle school in Natick, Massachusetts.
That's awesome. I'd love him to come home.
Yeah.
Number 14 is pretty prevalent in the Murphy household.
It is, yeah. He's not the first one, and certainly not the last one to wear it. So that's Kevin, who graduated in 2012, was a part of 3 state championships.
3 state
Went
championships.
to Manchester all 4 years. He was at Kennett.
Our all-time leading scorer.
Correct. Went on to play junior hockey in Laconia for the what was then the Laconia Leafs, and then spent 4 years playing for Assumption College. Was the captain the senior year where they won the league, the conference championship, and now is still in the hockey business. After college, he worked for the Maine Mariners for a couple of years, and then left that to get in the hockey apparel business.
I know. He's done a
with
phenomenal
uniforms
job.
and hats. Yep.
I would say if one of our players showed up with the white gloves today, they'd probably take a little bit of a
Would they take
ribbon.
green?
I think they would,
Oh,
yeah.
I
But
didn't even notice that.
Kevin also recently engaged too.
I
So,
know.
yeah, so
Married a Seavey?
Correct.
So are
yes,
you gonna
Ariel
be-
Seavey.
Going to be relatives to the Seaveys, huh? Chucky?
Yes. Yeah.
I love it.
And there's Kenzie.
Yeah, Kenzie, our captain.
Class of, he was the captain of the class of 2018, and was a defenseman, starter on defense all 4 years. Actually, captain for soccer, hockey, and lacrosse, both his junior and senior years. Went on to Syracuse University, where he was the captain of the hockey team there. And not only that, but at the ACHA level, he was also the team president, which comes with it a lot of responsibilities.
I bet.
And then graduated from Syracuse, is now here, and he's coaching our U8 team.
Yeah, I love that.
Playing in our men's league. He's my defensive partner on Tuesday nights.
Is he?
And working in the social media industry.
And he's got a great podcast following.
Correct.
I'm amazed. He's got over 50,000 followers on his podcast. Has he gone to Carolina?
You might have that. You might have that many watching the show.
Well, we were just shy of 5,000 last week, so we're doing well. It's Grace.
And this is Grace, yeah. So she played 2 years for us,
Yeah.
and then transferred to Holderness School for the opportunity to not only play girls hockey, but as she found while she was at Holderness, found her passion in lacrosse. Yeah. And so even though she captained the hockey team and was the MVP of their team, has gone on to play college lacrosse at Stonehill College, but also a dedicated employee of the Conway Rec Department in the summer, and a well-respected counselor at the rec camp.
Oh my gosh, yeah. There's the sheepdog.
Yeah, there's Riley, class of 2020, on senior night there, and Riley, again, a 4-year starter on defense, also a captain of soccer, hockey, and lacrosse. Yeah. He's at Merrimack College and kind of
only a semester left, right?
Only a semester left, and it kind of reinvented himself there has moved into hockey operations. So he is the video coordinator for the women's hockey team. He does social media for the men's hockey team, and has really kept them involved in the game and in Hockey East, which is a lot of fun.
Oh my God, yeah, that's phenomenal. There's Robbie. Robbie, I like the bent stick.
It is. And that was I think that must be his freshman year, Mike, if he's playing against Conval Conant.
Yeah.
I think it's a sophomore, right? Because and the only reason I say that is because he doesn't have a mask on. So freshman year was COVID year.
He wore the shield.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So because the Conval was sophomore year. It was the last year we played them, I think. So.
And we don't have one of Charlie yet, but we got Kelly.
Well, somebody who's
has
put more effort into Kennett hockey than anybody else other than Coach Lane.
She's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean,
so the first face you see when you walk in the Ham Arena for any home game is her. So.
And we got mentors. We got three Murphys mentoring, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah. So Joey is Connor Wiggins' mentor. And Connor, I thought it was the best game I've seen him play. And I coached Connor in U14 and U18 level. And I often, for years, equated him with, he's kind of the Kennett version of Matt Carlo.
Ooh.
And so he played an outstanding game on the blue line. Great job keeping the pressure in, the puck in. Great job getting the puck out of our end. And great job just stirring things up in the neutral zone. I thought he broke up a lot of their plays in the neutral zone before the puck got to Zach Moore.
Yeah, he played with so much confidence last night. So.
And here's a guy that's playing with a lot of confidence for a freshman.
Owen Zip.
Yeah, exactly. So Kenzie is his mentor. I know they're in touch quite a bit.
Called each other on Christmas Day. I love that.
Oh, they did. All right. Good. But Owen, just I thought fantastic composure for a freshman last night.
And you started him, Mike.
Yeah. Yep.
But playing against some of the not only top players from Berlin, but top players in the state, and he just sticks to the basics, staying with the guy, keeping your body in front of him, blocking their path to the net, and he's just so consistent about it. I mean, you rarely see him mess up. And I've had the fortune of coaching him in the U18 season this year. And look out for the girls team next year, because his sister will be a freshman next year. Ooh. And plays the same exact style as him. Grayson Witchley with his mentor Riley.
Yeah.
And Grayson, another one I've coached in U18 and U14, has come along step by step and has really had a breakout year this year. Yeah. To be a top 4 defenseman on our team with the people that we have it says a lot. Always been great physical shape, and I can't remember who it was, but he just. Somebody went to line him up last night. He just turned up and buried him right in front of the Berlin bench.
Yeah.
So a strong kid, and just his. I think this year, seeing his hockey sense has really come out, and really being a strong performer.
And you couldn't have picked better mentors for all these guys. I mean, I just love our mentors. And then Robbie's got his mentor.
Right, Justin Clements,
the Florida boy,
class of '09, came up here Christmas week from Florida. And Justin was a captain on the 09 team, and was he assistant captain his junior year too?
He was, yep.
Yeah, so him and George Weigold were assistant captains the year before when they lost in the championship But that was a great group of seniors that year in '09, and so many kids from that team. I guess they're not kids now; they're all in their 30s, but still active at the Ham. I mean, Justin being in Florida still comes back from time to time, and always see him at the Pete Hall games. But so many other guys either playing in the men's league here or getting together and playing in the tournaments in the spring. So it's great to see them still return to their roots often.
Oh my gosh, yeah. And then this Grace.
Grace with is that Lucy Gerard?
That
It
is
is
Lucy.
Lucy
Yeah.
Gerard.
Yeah, so both of them were teammates. It was Grace's sophomore year and Lucy's freshman year in 2020, the year we were the co-state champions. And both of them moved on to play girls hockey at a higher level. So Grace went on to Holderness, and Lucy
Went to Proctor.
went to Proctor, where they were friendly rivals, as you can see
Yeah.
here. And that was a game at Proctor. But great to see the development of our program and so many kids that have either excelled here at Kennett, moved on to prep school, gone on to juniors, or in many cases college too. So for a ski town that we are, and I know when 25 years ago when the Ham opened, people questioned whether you could have an arena like this succeed in a ski town like this. But we've done a good job of having a great program, and a true testament too is the fact that we're one of only 2 teams in Division III that is not a cooperative team with another school.
And our numbers are off the charts.
Right. We have 27 kids this year.
Yeah, 26. Yeah. Yep.
So coming up from our small program to be able to develop kids for one team that isn't dependent on kids from another school is a true testament of our program and the culture that Mike has built. And not only developing kids for the Kennett team, but we have several kids in our program that go play for the Ice Cats in Maine. Oh. So that's a cooperative team of Freiburg Academy, Lake Region, and Oxford Hills. And we develop a lot of players that you see on their roster.
Yeah, we got tons of some great. There's our Hall of Fame, Murphy.
That's right.
Coach.
So exactly.
I love that
so
shot.
the first.
First Murphy in the Hall,
first
not
Murphy
the
in the
last.
Hall of Fame. A great ceremony at great setting at Marshall Gym for that. So Marshall Gym is kind of like the Staples Center of Conway.
Yeah.
You have a lot of sporting events, a lot of big events like that. So it's great to see that where you and I both had math class.
Yeah, it was.
In what it turned out to be the Marshall Gym. So that brief period of time, it was a gym, then it was the math wing, and now it's back to being a gym where it should be. So,
I agree.
it was a great event. So moving forward, this is we have a new look for our program this year, and
I like that look.
Yep, this is Aubrey Fitch, a member of our board of directors. Her son Wyatt, who is a member of our 12U team, and Aubrey was part of a committee that helped rebrand our team with a new look and the new uniforms.
Little LA Kings flair, kind of.
A little bit of LA Kings flair, exactly. So. And a little bit different color too. Most teams are used to like a dark black color on the road, and this is more of a charcoal gray, kind of in the image of the Vegas Golden Knights. So this is the day that the uniforms came in, and we dropped them off to Aubrey to distribute once the season started.
They look great.
Yeah. And this is most of the kids in our current program now from 10U, we have one team, 12U, we have 2 teams, and 14U, we have one team. And so when Ham Arena is really busy this year, Coach Lane has a full JV schedule this year.
I don't know how you're doing it, Mike.
There's more tournaments going on at the Ham. We had a 10U tournament put together by the Hockey Academy out of Nashua last weekend. So Friday night's all our team practices, but if there's something going on, if there's a JV game or if there's a tournament going on, rather than just cancel practice and give the kids the night off, our friends at Bridgeton Academy welcome us. So we have a skill session there. In this case, we had 33 kids, 9 coaches on the ice. Following the USA Hockey model, we put them in stations and groups. And the USA Hockey model is no laps, no lines, no lectures. Keep the kids moving on the ice. And so we had 6 stations of kids, all active, all gave them a good workout. And it's great to have Johnny Parkhurst, another graduate of our program, who's managing the rink at Bridgeton Academy, welcomes us every time. So, and as I mentioned, we have several kids in our program that are future Ice Cats, so that'll be their home ice. And they travel all the way from Denmark, Bridgeton, Freiburg, to come play for us, and so it's nice to get over and hit the ice and Bridgeton
Well,
a
you
couple
see
times.
numbers
a year.
like that, Mike, and you got to think, oh, that looks good for the future.
Absolutely. Pat's done a phenomenal job as coaching coordinator this year. So.
And this just
So
routine practice?
this is one of our typical skill sessions. This is where we have 14U, 10U, and both 12U teams out there. This was a night at the Ham Arena where we had to consolidate schedules with to work around games and such. But it's an example how you see everyone out there. It's close to 40 kids out there. We've got such a deep lineup of coaches that every station had 1 or 2 coaches.
That so impresses
so
me.
Keep the kids moving. Very little standing around. No standing in lines. And a lot of action for the kids.
That's great.
And this is our 12U team. We have 2 12U teams. This is one of them. Another example of using the growth of hockey in the area. And this is a day that we had to get a game in with another team, and due to snowstorms, we had to reschedule a game, and not everyone's available at the same time where there's ice. So we played a home game at the Holderness School.
Is that the Holderness School?
Correct.
Oh, God,
Correct.
the logo, Grace's
So
logo.
that's their locker room. They've got a lot of college commits on this team. This is Holderness is number 3 men's hockey team in prep school in New England this year. So it was nice of them to let us use their rink. And as you may know from driving by there, it's an outdoor rink.
It is an outdoor
It's got a
rink.
roof over it.
Yeah.
It's a great home ice advantage for Holderness, but we looked at it as our winter classic. And so the kids have to walk out of the locker room building to the ice, along this pathway to the ice. It was a great through for the kids. And just an added bonus, it snowed that day.
Did it really? Oh, gosh.
So we had a real good game against a team from Lyndonville, Vermont, and it was nice of them to have us on the ice there. And this is also at the Whittemore Center.
Boy, we travel well.
We travel well to all the high-end rinks in New Hampshire here. Hopefully, actually, if you could just go back a second. So Oyster River is the Durham-based team in our league, and once a year, their program, or UNH, gives them the ice, and they schedule games against their opponents. So fortunately, they selected us to play against them, and a big thrill for the kids to get on the ice at the Whit. And a couple of weeks later, we took a team trip to there to see the UNH play UConn. So it's great exposure for the kids to see that level and play at the Whit.
That's phenomenal.
And this is our U18 team this year. So as mentioned, we're in the Nordiques for years, but we kind of changed course a little bit this year and combined with our friends down at Kingswood and Back Bay Youth Hockey. So we fielded a team under the name of Carroll County, and this was great. We had about half the team was Kennet kids, half the team was Kingswood kids. They really gelled.
Did they really?
And we had a very competitive division, 12 teams in the division. We finished 5th.
That's great.
Earning the spot in the end of the season tournament. And we went 0-2 in the tournament, but the 2 teams we lost to were the 2 teams that played for the championship.
Oh,
so I
gosh.
guess we could say we finished 3rd.
I think you did.
So we, good partnership with our friends down at Kingswood. We practiced one night here at the Ham, one night down in Wolfboro at the newly renovated Pop Whalen Arena, split the home games between the 2 rinks. Great experience for the kids. And Mike, I thought we did a real good job of preparing these kids for the high school season. Both the Kennet kids, and we've seen from playing against Kingswood, those kids really stepped up as well.
Yeah, I think it was a great experience for all those kids, and certainly we'll see it. The friendships made and off the ice too is really, obviously you see it with Robbie and Michael and some of the other players that he plays against, and you see some of these kids when we'll play Kingswood on Saturday, the conversations before and after the game, and then play each other real hard on the ice as well. So yeah, it was a great experience, and hopefully we can do it again.
Oh, I sure hope so. Where did you guys get your love of the sport of hockey? Where did that come from, Mike? Where did it come from, Pat?
Well, I was born in Lowell, Massachusetts, and lived there till I was 10. And that was during the Bobby Orr, Phil Esposito, the big rivalry with the Flyers. And a rink was just built in 1972, literally in our neighborhood.
Was it really?
So everybody played, and if we weren't playing, we were playing street hockey and watching the Bruins on Channel 38. So that's where it really started. And then when we moved up here, I was like, what do you mean there's no indoor rink? What do you mean that's our rink at Schuler Park? But then it continued that, even though my dad worked for Cal Reed at the time and kind of dabbled with joining the Cranmore racing team.
Did you
which
really?
did not last that long. So continue with hockey, and then once in a while we'd get to go up and play in Berlin, which was hockey town, and just seeing the atmosphere and the environment there was really exciting, and it was just, you really had to work for it back then, between shoveling the ice and the limited season, and as I said, when we were in high school, going up to Berlin, practicing at 10 p.m. So it just continued.
Yeah. And for you, Mike?
Yeah, I had a neighbor who was playing for Conway Recreation, when you'd play, 4 or 5 games a year. And my parents always joke how much money they could have saved when I think it was 8 years old. The first game was Saturday morning. I was crying, put the sheets over my head, said I'm not going, and my parents said, you're going to go today. If you hate it today, you don't have to go back, but you're going to try today, and never look back. So
really?
yeah, it's just, and same thing, you play on the outdoor rinks, you had to shovel, which was kind of part of Coach Terry's message last night. So it was about appreciating what you have, and so yeah, it's just been a love ever since.
Oh, and I love it. I think that was my first love of sports, was watching hockey. We were a military family. We were stationed up in Loring Air Force Base, and we'd get the hockey night in Canada, and I'd be glued to it. And I was like you with the Bobby Orrs and Phil Espositos and those guys, and it was just amazing how quick the game was, and the fact that it was on ice just blew me away. So
Yep.
I've always loved the sport. So just one more time, we've run long, but I think it was worth running long because it was a great show today, Pat. Thank you so much for coming on.
Pleasure to be here.
You're always welcome. We want you every time. And Mike, you're the best. And this Saturday, one more time, Kennett fights cancer. Big game.
Yeah, 6:10. Please come out and support the team. Every little bit donation helps. So there's no amount too small. So please come out, support Jen's friends and Parker Kerr's family, and we really appreciate the support.
So for Porter Office Machines, Coach Mike Lane, Technical Director, Hockey Guru Pat Murphy, I'm Lloyd Jones, and for Rob Struble, thanks for watching The Puck Drops Here. Have a great week, everyone. You guys
We're going
killed it.
round